Hey everybody, it's James here with the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019, and this is your weekly comic book pickups video. Every week I pick up my boys at least one comic each. I pick up my daughter Gracie one as well, at least one. And as always, I pick up my comics at Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, zip code 45014. If you're in the area and into comics, go check out that shop. And while you're at it, go over and check out the toy department, the vintage/collectible toy store I'm a part of. It's just 2 doors down. Come on. Okay, let's jump right in. First of all, this was a little sneak preview-y type deal. These were free, so I got one for me and one for each of the boys. X-Men: The Seeds of Tomorrow, Hickman's X-Men Revealed. This is the big event that's going to happen soon, where X-Men kind of starts all over. Basically, the series all restart, basic type deal thing. House of X1, Powers of X1, and this is a sneak preview of it. So we've got a little rundown, a little preview story, and some information and stuff to get you prepped for, I believe it's next week maybe, that it starts, I want to say. But there's that. Next up is Gracie Books. I had these out of order. Where did I put the True Believers? I'll go ahead and do the Gracie Books first. Gracie asked for Spider-Man, and there was no good Spider-Man book for her this week. So, as I told you I think it was the last video, I went back and got a couple of these old Marvel Adventures, which are these old, cheap $1.50 comics that are geared towards kids. If you're at a comic shop and you have a kid that wants X-Men or Spider-Man and you want to just spend a little bit of money, dig in the back issues. Check under Marvel Adventures. You'll find a bunch of animated style books that are easy to read for kids, don't have a ton of continuity behind them, and are usually pretty action-packed. So I got her one with Spider-Man. That was $1.50. Sometimes you can find these in the quarter boxes too, if they're dinged up. And I got one with the X-Men. So yeah, that's pretty fun. This guy looks like he's trying to do Waringo style art. There's her books. Now we got True Believers. These are $1 reprints of Marvel back issues that are tied into something that's currently happening, either a movie, comic crossover, reboot, something like that usually. And this time it's because the Absolute Carnage storyline, I think, is happening this summer. This one is True Believers #1, Absolute Carnage Savage Rebirth. And this is a story where the Carnage symbiote takes over Silver Surfer. And it first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue 430 by Tom DeFalco and Joe Bennett. This back issue, I think, is kind of expensive now, if I remember right. A couple of these issues are pretty pricey. I remember when I was building my run, but getting the actual issue of this was kind of expensive, or the one after, one of the two. Next up is another True Believers. Maximum Carnage begins here. Spider-Man Unlimited, $1, of course. This is the beginning of Maximum Carnage. This is by Tom DeFalco with Ron Lim doing the pencils, and it was originally printed as Spider-Man Unlimited #1, which was a bigger size issue back then, but it's only $1 here now. And it's the start of the Maximum Carnage storyline that had lots and lots of hype behind it. These guys over here. Stay, please. Next up is a back issue I dug out. Marvel Comics Presents. Before Wolverine, there was Weapon X, issue 72. This was originally $125. I just spent, I think the price on this goes for $10 to $15 now, something like that. Why did I get this? Well, it's the first part of the Weapon X storyline, which was the original time that they told sort of the origin of Wolverine in snippets. Marvel Comics Presents has a bunch of different storylines all in one, and this was kind of a big deal, the Weapon X storyline, telling how Wolverine got his adamantium. So they've just recently revealed this third-party Weapon X 1/6 scale figure. I think it's maybe Pop Toys or Super Duck or something like that. That's doing this kit, and you put it on a figure, and you've got basically a 1/6 scale Weapon X. And I've been putting the first appearances of stuff in with my 1/6 scale comic figures. So I've got the first appearance of Wolverine in with my Wolverine sideshow, and I've got the first appearance of Deadpool in with my Deadpool sideshow, and I've got this custom Gambit, and I put the first appearance of Gambit with it. So I'm thinking about getting that figure, and I wanted to have this issue to put with it. So I grabbed that today. You can get that in trade paperback, and it's a lot of fun. Weapon X. Here's one of those facsimile editions that came out today. Giant Size X-Men issue 1 from 1975. This is a $4.99 reprint since it's 68 big pages. And these facsimile editions reprint everything exactly as it was in the original issue with the original advertisements in place. And of course, this is the first appearance of the new team of X-Men. They began the new era of X-Men comics. I do not have this original issue, so it's pretty fun to see it like this. Make money, get prizes with fast-selling American seeds. I love those facsimile editions. I think they're really cool. Next up is a book for Mike, Militia, number 2 from Black Box Comics. It's $3.99, and I got this because Chuck Dixon. I actually read the first one before I gave it to him. It's a story about this lady who's in the military and is looking to get into the more action side of things, it kind of felt like, if I remember right. And now she's being sent on this kind of rescue mission, I believe it is. It was a good read. It was like Chuck Dixon military type stuff. I don't know if Mike enjoyed it yet or not, but I enjoyed it. The art was clean. It's not the best art in the world, but it was a fun little military book. This book is for Blaze. It's Silver Surfer Black number 2 by Donnie Cates and Trad Moore. He enjoyed the first issue. It's got some really quirky, weird art. And, you know, at the toy department, we were talking about this book with a couple guys that come in, and everybody was kind of in the same feeling of this, where it's like, wow, the art is really neat on that book. It kind of really fits Silver Surfer. He's been banished across the universe or something, and he's trying to make his way back, I believe is what the first issue is about. But Blaze enjoyed this, and it's a Silver Surfer series. Next up is a book for Keaton, SpiderMan City at War number 5. This one is $3.99. The Silver Surfer Black was $3.99, in case I didn't tell you that. And this one's by Joe Paquette and Brian Inhatar doing this. Oh, there's a lot of stuff written here, so I'm just going to hold it up, and you can figure it all out. There's a lot of different people behind this book. This is the PS4 Spider-Man in a comic book form. And Keaton really enjoys this book. I think this and Venom are probably his top. Well, he also likes Ghostbusters. So, speaking of, Transformers Ghostbusters number 2 came in. The books over here are sliding all over the place. There is no containing them. They're going crazy. Transformers Ghostbusters number 2. Eric Burnham, Danny Schoening, Doug Otto. This is the Tale of Ectotron and a crossover between Transformers and Ghostbusters. I really enjoyed the first issue. Blaze really enjoyed the first issue. Keaton enjoyed the first issue. It's kind of retelling the story of the original Transformers Ghostbusters cartoon series, but tweaking it so that Gozer shows up, and now there's a ghost of Starscream on Earth, and the Autobots are investigating it. Ectronius, I think his name is? Ectoronius? I don't remember his name. He takes the form of Ecto-1 after he scans it, and now he's investigating this ghost of Starscream. I'm not going to show you a lot of this because I don't want to spoil anything in this book for myself or for you, but this book is fun. I mean, really fun. This is going to be a sleeper hit, I think. With that Ectotron figure and then the Masterpiece Prime that's like a Ghostbuster thing. This book, I think, is going to end up being kind of hot. It might be tough to find back issues if you don't get in on it now. Next up is X-Force number 10, which I believe is the final issue of X-Force. I'm still not caught up on this book, but I really like the art on those earlier issues, and it looks like it still has the same style here. This is Dylan Burnett doing the art, Ed Brisson doing the writing, and it's $3.99. And I believe this is the final issue. I wasn't sure if this book was going to end, but I believe it is ending for the whole big X event. I need to get caught up in this book, because I really do like this art quite a bit. If you read this book, let me know in the comments and tell me if I'm in for a good ride or if I'm in for a lame-o ride. And then this is a bummer. Uncanny XMen 22, the final issue of Matt Rosenberg and Sal LaRocca's story, where Cyclops has brought sort of the team back together, unknowingly doing Emma Frost's bidding, as she's been controlled by the government, but now they're fighting back. And spoiler warning, if you haven't read the last issue, she kind of makes everybody forget about mutants, and I guess the world. So I don't want to go too far because I really don't want to spoil this for myself or for you as this series ends. I've really enjoyed this series that Matt Rosenberg has done here. It's a bummer to see it end. It's from issue, I believe, 11 on to this one. I don't know what Hickman's going to do, but I did enjoy this story quite a bit. It's the most I've enjoyed X-Men in quite a while. So I'm bummed to see that one go. And then, last but not least, is a new Epic Collection, X-Men, Volume 4, 1971 through 75. And this is like when X-Men went to reprints before Giant Size X-Men. This is all the stories where the X-Men were appearing during that time. Amazing Adventures 11 through 17, Amazing Spider-Man 92, Incredible Hulk 150, Marvel Team Up, Avengers, Captain America, Defenders, Giant Size Fantastic Four, and covers from the reprint issues 67 through 93 and Annual 1 and 2. So this is basically all what the X-Men were doing during all those reprint stories that were running before they got to Giant Size X-Men and X-Men 94. This is a fun volume. I'm pretty excited about having all these books together. To me, it's pretty cool. Look at that. It's got the first appearance of Wolverine in here. So it kind of fills in the gaps between when the X-Men ended their new stories and then the Giant Size team. And that is it. Another big week. As always, I really appreciate any comments. Let me know what you guys are reading. Let me know if you're reading these books, what you think of them. Like I said in our live stream on Sunday, YouTube did a weird thing and wiped out like basically 98% of all the comments on all our videos in the entire 10 years we've been doing this, and it was pretty disheartening. I'm still trying to figure out why it happened and trying to get them back, but I highly doubt they're going to come back. So if you did leave a comment before and I interacted with you, I don't have that access to that anymore. So if you leave a comment on this one, I'll see it as new, and hopefully we'll get some rapport going again. But yeah, that's where we're at. Live stream Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to join us. Talk comics, talk toys, talk movies, talk whatever. Okay, I guess that's it. See you guys next time.